There was a guy here before, and I said, don't touch the mic. They're all set up. He brought it closer, and it's so sensitive. He hit the button, but it was facing that way, so no one saw it. And I checked it later.
Oh no!
Over 2.5 hours.
So how many podcasts have you had that you recorded in?
With no microphone, 20 or 21. Because I haven't a clue.
So what will happen if you record this podcast and you have no audio afterwards?
You get it from the phone.
All right, I see.
Which isn't great, because I was looking back there recently and it's like night and day. It's fucking hell, man. It's very bad. Like, you fucking knucklehead. And there'll be people there, they like, there's people that love to complain. Yeah. It's just in their nature.
Yeah.
They don't know shit about shit. They just click on it for like, we'll say, I'm being generous, 30 seconds. And some people will even be inspired to write some shit on the comments. Like, they're just bored mental cunts.
Okay, I mean, even for yourself, not knowing shit about shit, you're doing that not too bad,
That's what I tell myself, but I know it's bullshit. I forgot to show you my new bow, man. It's fucking sexy.
Do you have it?
Yeah, it's in the house. I'll show it you later there. It's a fucking beauty. I've been practicing with it.
Yeah.
I lost 2 hours already. I got new arrows too. They're a little bit longer.
Are they expensive? It's like every time you miss one.
They can be, yeah. They can be. Not as much as like. There are people that'll pay like fucking €100 an arrow. An arrow.
Fuck that.
I followed this guy on YouTube. He's Jake Kaminsky, I think. He's got 2 silver medals from 2 different Olympics for America. And he was saying one of his buddies got brand new arrows.
Right.
And he's going to the car to put them in, and he shut the door, and the door just crunch. All the fucking arrows. They were like €200 pop.
Oh no.
What a dumb cunt. 2 fucking €100 a pop, and you catch them in the door. I mean, but look, we're all stupid sometimes. More often than not of late, I'm very stupid. I'm seeing shit that's not even there half the time. I think I've got to see a brain doctor. But if I did everything, and you get paranoid and like, can I trust him? Do I have a brain? What do you mean, do I have a brain? Mouse running around the fuck. Because it's just fucking pure fatigue. I mean, I was feeding Junior his fucking noodles there. He's got this particular bowl.
Yes.
It's red on the inside and it's white on the outside, and it's got a white rim. And every time I took the fork out with his noodles to feed him, it's like the rim. It's like it's just ding. There's 2 rims. You know what I'm saying? It's like ding every fucking time the fork broke the circle, kind of on the way out. It's like a splash, a ripple. So you're seeing double basically. Yeah. I shouldn't even be fucking talking.
Need a day off.
I don't need a day off. I just need to have a soft day. A soft day would be grand. Maybe next Saturday I'll have a soft day, but a lion would be lovely. But you gotta make hay while the sun shines, and that is sure. What age you now?
22. So.
And you're working like a motherfucker.
Trying, but I have no
there's
kids.
not many 22-year-olds I know who have no kids who are doing the work or have the work ethic.
Well,
they're just like dodging bullets and just having a good old time. And look, fair fucking play to them, I suppose. But that's a dangerous place to be, because you can get stuck there for forever.
That's what.
And you wake up one morning and you're like 1,000,000 years old.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I can't do shit because I'm old. I'm fucked.
That's how I felt Saturday. Woke up and I was like, yep, fuck this, I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah, I like to do that sometimes, but it doesn't ever fucking happen. Like 4 a.m. this morning, man, I was like up like a bolt of lightning. My fucking these cramps just, it's like they were going right to the fucking bone. And it was all my calf, and it was making its way out to my foot, and I was like beating. Looked like a crazy person, I'm sure, but I had to get up out of bed and just got a fucking pint of water. and she shake it off. It was like numb getting back in there, and I was like, fuck, what's the point of going even back to bed now? But in 2 seconds I was coma. Boom, gone. But it was kind of heavy last night. It was warm.
Yeah.
I don't know, is it just all the thunder we had yesterday? You'd think that would kind of sort things out. But we need a good old fucking sunny summer. That's what we need. Even though it's only, what is it, May?
You won't get that here anyway. Maybe for a week or two, and back to rain every day. So
I'm not asking for much. Just want it to be fucking dry at least 6 months of the fucking year. No fucking ice. Icy roads. None of that shit. Just, dry for 6 months of the year. Yeah. Well, we'd say dry for 8 months. And then, a bit shitty. But then more often than not, sunny. About 18 in the temps is good. But no.
Won't happen, no. Sure, when I lived in Clonmel, right? Every time I came up to Clonmel, nice and sunny. Beautiful weather.
Oh, roundabout. They're mad for the roundabouts in Clonmel. What the fuck is that about?
You know what? They're mad about roundabouts, but Mallow, Jesus fucking Christ. The speed bumps. Everywhere.
I suppose gotta keep you mechanics and fucking jobs.
Fucking hell.
But how long are you into... What catch you into being a mechanic? You just...
It was a case of going from job to job, trying to figure out what I want.
It stuck.
I had a motorbike first.
That's most people I know who have a fucking motorbike are grease monkeys. I always maintain it's a gift. Because I'd be looking at them like, what the fuck are you doing? And it could be the most basic fucking thing in the world, and I'm retard. It is a gift to have that aptitude and that fucking, there's a few guys now I seen on TikTok, some Irish guys. They look like fucking geniuses. They talk a lot of... They're kind of crazy. That's why I think I like them. And every time you see them, they're a little demented. It's like, I just fixed this fucking thing. And it was... They'll tell you then what a stupid thing it is that they didn't see it 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And they've been on this thing for 2 weeks. And they're just like covering shit. And then they'll explain the problem. You're like, I need a decoder for everything he just said. I haven't a fuck. But it sounds riveting. But you could see in their face that like victory. You know what I mean?
Fuck.
When you finally get there and you finally get it, and then you can make a fool of yourself to other people say, and I didn't even fucking see it. That kind of way.
It's especially with old cars or vans with high mileage. My balls don't want to come
like mine.
Yeah. You touch something and it just crumbles.
But I hate the new fucking things, the new vehicles. Sensors fucking everywhere, and they'll shut you down like.
They're horrible, yeah.
A fly hits the windscreen. Oh, shut down! What the fuck? Like, my brother got a new van, Volkswagen Transporter, is it?
Yeah.
It's a nice looking van, but he said he didn't have it a week or two and it was back in the fucking garage.
That happens a lot.
Brand new van.
Yep.
True. I drive it through the fucking window. Keep it, piece of shit.
We have cars coming from the factory, brand new, no mileage on them at all. Problems straight away, starting out at the dealership.
What's that about? Like, you know what I mean? I see there down in Cork on the ports, you fucking hundreds of cars, thousands of cars. No reg on any of them. They're all spanking new. It's like, I think we've enough cars in the country. What's with this like need to replace them? And these green fuckers in government, they should shut the fuck up.
Oh.
The best cars are like the older cars.
Yes.
Even the likes of me can chance fixing most of what the problem might be, your wear and tear and whatnot. But with the new ones, forget about it.
Fuck sure. You used to be able to fix cars yourself. You could fix anything with just a small bag of fucking tools. Now you can't.
You need more tools than a carpenter now. It's fucking loco. And computers.
Yeah.
Plug it in, Sam. Plug it into what?
Oh, that's the worst part now, and you have to go to the dealer to get specific things done and programmed and all this fucking bullshit. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do you think most mechanics end up being alcoholics or drug addicts or something because of this, just the demented shit they have to go through all the time?
I mean, I'm still alright.
Yeah, but you've only started, really. You're at the start. Those lads there on the fucking 5th lap. They're just hanging on by the fingernails.
Well, we have one fella, he's been the mechanic for 30 years and he's definitely losing the pot anyway, so he's getting fucking sick of these new cars.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think a lot of them are, to be fair. I mean, a lot of them are nonsense. I forget her name now. Again, it was on fucking TikTok, but she sells like high-end cars up in Dublin, is it? Somewhere outside Dublin, maybe?
She the one with...
She's a bit of a looker, yeah.
Yeah, no.
She's, her mother, she's talking about her mother in some interview. I think I heard her on what the fuck did I hear her on? She's been interviewed on the radio because what she came out and said was, right, from this week on, we're not doing any more of those fucking electric vehicles.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of shit with them, like.
Yeah.
And we don't even have the infrastructure for them. And you've that retard in the dial saying, oh, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. I think that guy should just be put in a bin. Padded room somewhere. Because he's talking hat.
Oh.
But they're a joke, like.
Oh, they're horrible.
These big fucking diesel generators powering up the fucking electric thing.
Yeah.
And it'll take you a day to charge a fucking car.
What's the difference, like, you know? And
you're like doing double bubble there.
Yeah, exactly. And like, where the power is coming from, you know? From coal.
Look,
oil.
I don't know. My thing is all these fucking whack jobs who think that there's a fucking, like, man has done something to the... Look, I'm a believer in climate change. Of course there's climate change. It's called a system, but it's beyond our fucking comprehension.
Yeah.
We're only here at the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
This planet's been here a fucking while, and it's got its way about it. And the only thing I think that affects it, according to the things I've been watching, is the sun. It's the only thing that affects it. Maybe that's why all those other wackos are trying to fucking block it out. It's just, it boggles belief there's so many crazy bastards with loads of fucking money that they most likely got initially by robbing Africa.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden they're like, they're like James Bond villains or something from a comic book.
Yeah.
With these fucking crazy and they're like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And off they go and do it. No one's stopping them. I don't know, I think it's a little bit fucking whack.
Too small of a group has too much power. You know?
Too big a group is too fucking stupid to do anything about it. They're all like, well, we should do this, but one man or even one small group of everyday folks protesting, waste of fucking time. Okay? Waste of time. I keep telling myself, ignore it. It's just, your parents have had this shit, your grandparents have had this shit. Worldwide, this shit has been going on this way since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
So just try to get some bit of joy out of your brief moment in this world. And then there's a part of me saying, fuck it, buy a gun and go shoot some cunt. But you don't do that because you're sensible. Sane. But anyway...
Would you rather have peaceful protests or rowdy protests?
No protests.
No
I prefer to
protests.
have action. Action, like if you get a... We'll say now, a perfect example, it's not these bottles now, but every other kind of fucking bottle you buy today has that stupid shit with the cork. And then there's a 15-cent fucking tax. That, they'll refund you. I hate this idea. This idea for me is a psychological primer and programming you how to fucking behave. She gets the bottles and she's like getting this big, there's bags like Santi in the house.
Yeah.
I open the bottle, I fuck it in the bin. That's where I fuck it. Fuck your 15 cents, you cunt. And I'll be telling her just buy some nice fancy glass bottles and fill it with water from the tap.
Yeah.
End of problem, like.
But when you don't return the bottles,
but no one's
who
doing
gets the
this.
money?
Look, it's all horseshit. You gotta tell them you're in charge. Like, what happened to the customer's always right? Even though I know that they're not myself, I know that they're not. But more often than not, you gotta just stop buying the product. I'm not buying it. I'll buy these guys because they're what I want. I don't need this fucking thing picking my nose when I'm trying to drink the water, like, shit. No, there's so many things there that are just, whose fucking bright idea is this all for the planet bullshit. I don't know, there's just a lot of them. But anyway.
Here's the thing, back on the electric car topic, dealerships don't even take them back as trade-ins.
Would you blame them? I don't know. You fell for it, you bought it, you keep it.
You've already get fucked.
Get a horse. You clown. But how cool would it be just to have the horses going again? That would quieten some people down fairly lively. Because horses are fucking assholes when they want to be, man. I've seen horses. I've been charged by a horse. I seen one of my brothers nearly get a kick in the head off of 2 horses rearing up. And he'd out his camera. You zoom on the camera like cracker.
I think the issue is the whole 9 to 5 perspective. You know, you have to be on time, spot on. With a car, you can get to your job quick enough, but a horse, you have to wake up fucking 2 hours early.
Get a fucking bicycle.
Rain, people don't like rain.
See,
all this shit.
People have gotten too soft.
That's very true.
You see the way even the kids now at school. I mean, I was over there today. I had to go collect Sabi when he was doing his GAA. The soccer's over now for seasons, I guess. So now it's GA. So I think today was football and Thursday is hurling. And I'm like, I'll go over early now and see what this cracker's about. He was like a fucking sheepdog with all the sheep. And I don't mean he was leading them. By no way was he leading them. He was just running aimlessly wherever the fucking crowd was going. And I was just watching it and it was the funniest. It's the funniest shit. If you just sit down and like see all these little people who have zero fucking... I mean, they're only babies, like.
Yeah.
So they're not developed. But you get rid of all of that, of course not. And you just say, sure, have a laugh. Pretend this is a grown-up match that you're watching. Because, you know, I went from one job to the next and then she said, you got to collect him. So I go straight there and I'm like, I need to entertain myself. And all the mothers are there and they're like, you know, you daren't say anything silly. You get ripped the fucking apart. I lasted 5 minutes. I said they get a stroke in this fucking heat out there. And but when you watch them, it's like so many things went through my mind. And I said, geez, you can't say that.
Yeah.
But it was all funny, you know what I mean? Especially about my own little fella. But I just thought it's like some of them have no skeleton. The way they're moving. I don't know, it's like if you get a bunch of fucking skittle balls and just shake them and let them off. It's fun to watch. I was actually collecting more often because I got a good giggle out of that now. Some of the mothers might think you're a whack job because what's he fucking like? Some kid just tripped over himself and now everything is stopped.
You're there laughing.
I'm laughing like a psycho.
But that's the issue is you have to be very censored these days. You can't say a lot of things around people. People are too soft.
I try to be aware of this. And then I just piss all over it. It's like, if you start censoring yourself, where does it end? You forget who you fucking are. You gotta be real, you gotta be you. Straight from the fucking sleeve. Fuck them. If people come up and say, I'm very offended by what you said, say, well, I'm very offended that you exist. No, fuck off. You can't be annoying me with your nonsense.
I'll just say, fuck off. That's right.
It's like, what the fuck happened, lads? Let's get back to the 80s and 90s, where you had some semblance of normality.
I wish I was born in those days.
Where were you born? Were you born in Ireland?
No, Latvia.
Latvia.
That's where I'm from originally.
Do I know people from Latvia?
They're
I
cunts.
think I might do. It's 2 stonemasons, I think, from Latvia.
Yeah.
Have you a lot of big fucking castles in Latvia?
We do that, yeah.
Was there... How do you know? There was some... I think there was like a European grant there maybe 5 years ago where they wanted to make them, closer to whole as what they currently would be. So they were bringing a lot of stonemasons home and giving them full-time jobs with... Because the stonemasons, the 2 now that I worked with, is it Latvia? I know where the other guy... See, I get pure fucking stupid. Like, I'm like, they all sound the same to me. They're in the general same area. Europe, we'll say. And it's like, there's one in particular. No, he's not Latvia. He's that other place.
Lithuania?
No, God, no.
Estonian?
Estonia. 2 from Estonia, actually.
Russia?
None from Russia. I've met one Russian and I think he was like a professor. My brother was going with this girl up in Galway who was also Russian. And we went up there to go kayaking in Dogs Bay, which is a fucking forever drive. We crashed in there, gaff, in Galway. And this little guy comes out, he's like Russian. I mean, he's like a movie character. But he's small guy, but he's got the thick Russian accent. And I just nudged the brother and I goes, we're going to drink a vodka, like. Because clock this fucker now to when he says, in my country. I just knew he was going to say it. In my country, we like to do this all the time. And I'm like, yeah, man, keep it up. But cool guy, fucking intelligent.
Yeah.
I think he was a professor of some shit. But he was the knowledge he has of history. Now he could be making this shit up, I don't know. But he was fairly detailed. A lot of it was his own experience. And a lot of it would have been his stories from his father and his uncles and shit.
Yeah.
And it was nothing like, you know, basically it was about the conditions of the working man in the region that they're from, in Russia. And most of it sounded awesome, to be fucking honest with you. But then there was a few things dodgy. He did what? He killed him? No, he didn't. But he was a funny guy. I forget his name. There we go again. But he's a funny guy. But he wasn't a stonemason.
Well, here's the thing, right? I want to hear your perspective on this because in Latvia, right? I went over there for a holiday and all you fucking hear is Russian.
Russian?
Half our population are Russians at this stage.
Is that how it started, like?
Oh, that's how it is now.
But aren't you all Russians, really?
No.
Historically speaking.
No, God, no. Far from it, but like, no, you don't hear your own language anymore. It's fucking sickening. And now looking at...
We don't hear our fucking language.
That's it, like, that's what I'm trying to say, is that Ireland now, from the 8 years I lived here, there's more and more foreign people here. And all you hear is fucking Polish, Lithuanian, Latvian, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean...
Do you find that frustrating, no?
No, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck what language they talk. As long as they're nice, I'm nice. But I envy their fucking... a lot of them have this very... And when I say them, I include yourself.
Yeah.
This fucking... When you get to know them, like, there's this fucking joy. There's a joy. There really is. They know how to fucking enjoy themselves. You know what I mean? They have values, which is something I appreciate in people, that they have values. And they're fucking hard working, you know, except with their English language skills. But I'm as bad as them. Sometimes I don't know what the fuck. But no, it's I think it's in the future it may stand to us because there is an issue with on a global scale of the fucking generation gap. I mean, there's like they call it the replacement generation.
Yeah.
And that's like all over the shop. That's not looking good. Because all these so-called interfering cunts, like governments and whatnot, just, you know. Like look at China with their one-child policy. That's coming back to kick them in the balls.
Well, it is, yeah.
I mean, they say that a country's so big and the population is so big, but most of them are killing themselves, like, literally. Or else they're fucking off.
Yeah.
So... I don't know. I mean, you get one perspective and you're blind. So if you get an interest in a thing, I'll scour everything. And I don't mean just the internet, because I'm very aware that you'd be surprised the internet is used by a very small number of people globally. You know, so you have to go scouring shit. Sometimes I'm in a mood for a little witch hunt. Other times I'm just watching stupid shit happen, like people getting kicked by a horse. I was trying to... Did you see the boxing match there recently?
Tyson Fury versus
Usyk. Is it Usyk?
Usyk? Something. I don't
that
know.
Usyk's a funny guy, man.
He is.
He's a funny guy.
He's Ukrainian.
Yeah, but he, I called that Tyson Fury would win. I honestly thought he would win.
Yeah.
But when I saw them together, because I only saw highlights,
yeah,
I thought he's gonna get fucked up. This guy looks like he means business.
Yeah.
He can box.
Yeah.
And he's built like a fucking tank.
He is, yeah.
Tyson Fury looked like, I don't know, like he came out of retirement or something.
No.
And he lost weight and it made him look weird. He shouldn't have lost the weight, I think. I think that was where he made his But to be fair, I saw one or two scenes there, and he looked like someone who had about 30 pints, and he was trying to get into the cab. He just took a speed wobble.
Yeah.
How he went to 12 rounds though, says a lot about the two of them. Tough as fuck. Oh man, they're just tough.
I wouldn't want to go up against them, but you saw Tyson getting wobbled in round 9, I think.
Was it 9? Was it?
Yeah.
But he had he hurt the other guy as well, didn't he? With some body shots. I saw him.
So, yeah.
And he was fucking. They hurt, because you could tell the way he was hitting him. It wasn't for points. He was trying to fucking hurt them. Like.
Yeah.
And he's a big boy who knows how to hit. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say he's still young, like.
Who was he fighting before? He was fighting Francis Ngannou or something.
Yeah, but
I don't really follow
seriously.
boxing. Yeah,
He didn't take that seriously at all. He didn't have to. The other guy had to kind of take it seriously. Yeah. What's his name? The guy who Usyk already beat for the title.
Yeah.
He kind of had to fucking impress with this other guy more for the public persona, perception of him.
Yeah.
But he knocked him out pretty sweet. He didn't know where the fuck he was.
I think the ref saved him, to be honest. Like, as I said, I didn't watch the match. I watched highlights.
You mean the Tyson Fury one?
Yeah.
I heard there was a bit of a quibble about that. That was the slowest count in history and all. Look, so what? And then there were some people attacking or making it. They weren't happy with what Tyson Fury was saying immediately after the fucking fight.
Oh, he mentioned
you're after going 12 rounds, getting the shit kicked out of you, and you're trying to kick the shit out of a guy.
Yeah.
I think if you lose or win, you're going to be somewhat emotional when it's all over.
There's a lot of pressure.
You've had all your training camp, which takes forever.
Yeah.
This fight's been like, what, 2 years in the making?
Oh, I don't know. It's been a while.
Psychologically, physically, and then it's over, win or lose. You're fucked.
Yeah.
You're like elated, drained, and then you've all these little fuckers with their snidey questions, and you're like, you might say something because you're embarrassed or you're disappointed or whatever, and doesn't mean you can be fucking, brought to court over it. It's just you're emotional.
Yeah.
You just let this come out.
Again, people are
So
too
what?
soft. That's the issue.
Oh, they love to get offended. Fuck.
I think he said to... I can't even say his name. Usyk or whatever the fuck it is.
Usyk or some shit.
But that he only won because his country is at war or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was something like that. Something silly, like, but I mean, look, it is what it is. The man is a sore loser, and that's why he was a champion in the first place. If you're happy to fucking lose, I don't want you on my team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the game, it's in taking the fuck you, get the fuck off the pitch. You fucking vegetable. Can't be having that, like.
But the Fury's crazy, like the guy is built from fat, and you see him fight all these big muscly guys, and
but his technique, dude, and his boxing intellect is fucking excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, when I never really, I kind of fell out of boxing. I fell out of a lot of sport like years ago. And then you'd be keeping in touch with highlights here and there via YouTube when you're just kind of, I don't know, Sunday morning job kind of thing. Yeah. Just catching your breath from the week and you're seeing what's happening in the world. That's it, that's all. But when I saw him fighting the bomber guy, the guy who's just knocking people out for fun.
Yeah.
I thought, this guy's crazy, because he was pretty much on a bender for like months. He was depressed. He tried to commit suicide. He was grossly out of shape. He was partying all the time. Sounded like he was having a great time. And then he rings this lad up and says, I'll fight you. And the man goes, okay. The man knocks him out and he gets back up.
Yeah, fucking hell.
And then he batters him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then he comes back, and I thought, was it the second or the third fight? He totally battered the boy. He totally battered him, like he did something wrong. You know what I mean?
I think they have two rematches after that.
Was there 3 fights altogether?
I think so.
The trilogy, yeah. Because your man was saying he was cheating. But no, look, boxing is. I mean, you've Mike Tyson now fighting this other guy, this young fella.
Jake Paul. Yeah.
That Jake Paul, is it? I mean, let's be real. Unless Mike Tyson kills him within like 60 seconds, it's a farce.
Yeah.
Even at his age.
Yeah.
He's like, do you ever see a caged fucking animal? Like a lion?
Yeah. That's what
That's
Tyson
what you're
is.
looking at with
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Do not fuck with this person. Because they might be all like, we signed a contract. We have a gentleman's agreement. This is just for show. We'll make loads of money. He doesn't need the money. He's minted. But he'll get in the ring then, and then something will click. And that boy, he'll be looking at the boy on the other side of the ring, and he's shrinking in his vision. And Mike's thinking, yeah, I think I can kill this guy.
Yeah.
And he'll go and chop him down like a fucking tree. And your man then thinks, I don't know what he's thinking. Like he's gonna get killed.
I hope so, because
No, I say that, but I said Tyson Fury would beat this Usyk, and then I saw the best fucking. I'm gonna watch the whole fight probably Sunday. A replay, because from what I saw, it looked like a fucking movie. They were battering each other, like.
Yeah.
And it went 12 fucking rounds. I can't believe no one got knocked out.
yeah.
Tough bastards, boy. What are they eating?
And the fact Tyson has the stamina for it. He's a big dude, like, you know.
He's a very big dude.
Yeah.
But even the little guy, because you can be sure Tyson was putting that weight on him at some stage.
Geez, yeah.
Every chance he got, I'd say.
Yeah.
And he still brought it home. But no, fucking fair play to him. I wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be getting in no ring.
Like, Jake Paul, I don't like the guy at all. But he fights all. He pretty much only fights
He's
old
not
guys.
he's not a
retired.
fighter, man. He's not a fighter. He's good at doing videos and annoying people.
Yeah.
A lot of people will tune in hoping to see him get hurt. And a few will tune in to see him win. And he's aware of this. And that's what he plays on. And that's how he makes his money. And his money then feeds his fucking enterprise. And fair play to that. But, you know, for the normal person who's got a brain, you can't be saying that you want to be the best boxer, but you won't fight a boxer your age.
Yeah. But what's the guy he fought? Fucking
Tyson Fury's brother.
Yeah. He didn't get knocked him out, but to be fair, he did.
I don't think he ever knocked anyone out, that Fury,
No,
did he?
No. I don't know.
He's
but
a good boxer.
he survived against him, and the guy's been training for how many years? Since
Yeah.
he was 12 or something like that, and Jake Paul still managed.
But I'm
to-
telling you now, get an unknown boxer who's fucking in it, who's in it, who believes that this is my only way out. A hungry, fucking, hard-working boxer. Put him in one of them.
But he's never Mike Tyson.
He'd be brain dead in round 2. Brain dead. Because those boys know how to fucking hit.
Oh, they fucking do that.
I've been watching a lot of... Because I'd be watching, now and then I'll go into the old days with Mike Tyson fights, and I think, how the fuck is he going to beat that? Oh, he beat him.
Yeah.
It's like over no
Yeah.
time at all. But then, because I'm watching this, they give you all these other reels, and you're like, who's this now? And then you see the most spectacular fucking boxing ever.
Yeah.
You can really appreciate boxing when you see boxers boxing. But then you see some people. I was watching one there, it was Floyd Mayweather.
Yes.
Your man must have taken 25 swings at him, and he didn't touch him one. And they were like right alongside each other.
Yeah.
And he just didn't fucking touch him. Amazing shit. It's like a dance. A really dangerous dance.
Did you see him fighting against Conor McGregor? No.
I did. Conor McGregor got that. Boom. He got him with the...
Like, a lot of people don't
He
like
looked
him.
stunned.
Some people like him, some people don't. But
Who, Conor McGregor?
yeah, but he did well against Floyd, considering it was a boxing match.
I don't know. I don't really take that stuff. I stopped watching any of that once he won his first title.
I don't watch it either. I just watch the highlights and that's it.
Same.
Yeah.
Same as myself. But it's like, you know, I don't get it. I don't get it.
It was an interesting crossover. So Floyd was unbeaten. Conor was unbeaten at the time, I think.
But they're two different fucking sports.
So they are. Like, Conor would pummel Mayweather in a UFC match, you know?
Look, the boxer will always win in the boxing ring.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's that's the way it is. Those lads do more road running than the road runner.
Yeah.
I was in boxing when I was younger with my brother, and we were in the karate and we were in the rowing club, and we must have ran. We've done enough running for the rest of our lives. You know what I mean? You're on the road running like all the fucking time with stitches in you and everything.
Yeah.
You get back then, you're doing fucking all kinds of crazy stuff. We must have been fit as fuck for about maybe 3 years. But every time I get smacked in the face, I go to kick somebody, so that wasn't really working. So I just said, fuck this. This is not working for me. I keep getting smacked. You're in the boxing.
Yeah.
Alright, but the stamina, man. You be doing the running, the push-ups, the fucking shadow boxing. And when you get into a ring, it's fucking psychologically, it's very different for you. Your legs get heavy very quickly. Yeah. And your arms get heavy very quickly. But if you're doing this like 24/7 for years, oh man, you're lethal. You're a lethal weapon.
Imagine 100,000 people around you cheering, screaming, watching.
Well, like Mike Tyson, I was watching a cool interview with Mike Tyson, and he was saying, this is a while back, that he was in this particular gym where he was training, and he said there were animals in there. He said he was getting beat up every fucking other day in the sparring. And the guy was saying, are you kidding me? They were beating up Mike Tyson back in the day, Mike Tyson. And he said, oh yeah. And he was like, well, how come none of them were world champions? He goes, when I get to the spotlight, I'm good with that. But when a lot of these other guys get to the spotlight, they're like, they can't handle the spotlight. It's like something in here just goes. They can be a beast over here in the gym, but you put them on the spotlight in the arena for the fight, and they don't know what the fuck. They don't belong there. They just can't work.
That's what I was wondering about. There must be someone unknown somewhere that's just insanely good. An absolute monster.
I have no doubt, especially now with all these fucking people coming through all the borders. You know, they're coming for your lifestyle. They're coming for the dream. Yeah. And they're going to do the work that you don't want to do, that you frown upon. And
they'll do it for cheaper as well.
That'll happen. That happened before when we had fucking stupid money going around the place. It's not fun when you go and you give a competitive price and next thing there's a van load of fuckers behind you with their beans on toast and they're going to do it for a third of that. Yeah. And there's a gang of them, like, and they think
but the quality of work is not as good.
Fucking right, it's not. Fucking chalk it down, it's not. You'd be called back about 3 years later to fix it, what they did. But it's, look, people are people. People are always trying to get the best deal. But there's getting the best deal and there's being cheap. You know what I mean? There's a big difference. Yeah. It's just, sometimes you figure shit out as you go. And you say, well, I was told this was good. And then you find out a year later, well, this is cheap fucking shit. And, someone should say something. This is just bullshit. You're buying into the marketing then. Which we're all fucking victims of.
Oh, Jesus.
Because, I mean, I've no real respect for money. I'm not really into buying shit. Unless it's like, alright, I got the kayaks, but I got them at a super deal. Like, I got 2 for the price of 1, and they're a good brand. They're not some Chinese bullshit. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to going kayaking soon. Did you ever go kayaking?
Never.
Dude, you gotta go kayaking. And I don't mean this fucking danger shit. Yeah. I mean the chill out, like marathon. Yeah. You go with the current and then you come back and every now and then you'll have a little sprint just to wake the body up. And when you're finished, and you get out and you get back to wherever you are and you're having a coffee and you're a bit jittery because your body's in spasms. It's fucking super, man.
It takes a lot of strength, no? A lot of core strength.
It's good for that, yeah, and it makes you realise how unfit you are most of the time. That's what I find. I mean, I love to have like little battles with myself, just to kind of do this like a breathing exercise, where you're gonna breathe deep and fucking hard, and then just fucking hell for leather, go bombing up the river against the current, and if you don't get a stroke or a heart attack by the time you get to where you gotta go, it's a good day. But it's just on the way out, it's so, because you've such a different perspective of the landscape. Yeah. And you've all the reflections off the river, and you've got that easy move. You just a little dip here and a little dip there, you paddle and you're left and right.
It's probably nice until you fall out the kayak.
I don't fall out. It's simple. Don't fall out. When I was going the first time with the brother, he was like, mental going to get all these fucking kayaks. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And did this blue one. It wasn't so big, but it wasn't so small. And so we're heading off. He was here when I got home from work. I think I might have been working on matches at the time. And I get home, it's a dusty fucking day. I'm bait. I don't want to do nothing. I want to be lazy. And this fucker, then we go kayaking, and I see the kayaks, and I'm okay, dope. And I've never fucking gone kayaking. So we take the two boats, and we're heading into Fermoy. We have a coffee, of course, first. I roll some ciggies, we're shooting off into Fermoy, and I'm like, I'm just thinking of the day that's gone by and what I plan to do tomorrow. And then I see the river. And I get this little jolt in my chest. It's like, oh shit, I'm going kayaking. I've never kayaked in my life. How you do it? And he said, no, all the while he's saying, no, just if you fall out, what you got to do is, and what do you mean if you fall out? Why would I fall out? He said, it happens to everybody. Why? Why am I going to fall out? So he's all like, just follow me and I'll show you what to do. So we get into water. I managed. We got there's this kind of slip off for boats down by the Blackwater or something or other. So I get the boat half and half, and I get in there and I give myself a good push off, and I'm in the water. This is fucking easy. But I move very quickly out into the river. And I'm like, whoa, this is new. And then the boat starts fucking going around in circles. I'm like, shit. And I try. It did go a little bit this way, so I said, you know what? So I put the paddle down, took out a cigarette, had a cigarette, and I was just going around in fucking circles.
In the kayak?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going around circles looking at it all, and it's then you're thinking, this is kind of cool. So then I'm like, he's kind of circling me at this stage. You got to straighten the boat up, and he just talked me through kind of thing. But you figure it out very quickly, you know what I mean? It's not rocket science. You're in a fucking boat. Balance yourself, time yourself, and you're good to go. 5 minutes, I'm fucking bombing down the river, having a great old time. On the way back, however, the mister don't fall out of the boat. He fell out of his boat. Getting off onto the bank. I was laughing my whole off at him. I was fine. I didn't fall out at all.
He will get you the next time you fall out, so.
I won't fall out. I'm too fucking, I'm too cute for that. And I don't do this sporty shit.
Yeah.
Because there's a different kind of intensity that I'm interested in. It starts off nice and gentle. You're taking in everything, and you can get drunk visually. And I'm always imagining shit, and then words and shit pop into my head, and then it's very good. And then there's a nice feel about just being going with the river. And on the way back, then you just go mad dog. You paddle like a fucking demon until your arms are burning. And your lungs are burning, and then you stop, and then you're floating backwards again, like son of a bitch. But it's great fun. It's a great workout.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to it. So I'm thinking the next week or two now, I'm definitely gonna.
How do you have time for that? You have to fucking work.
You gotta make time for shit, man, or you go crazy. What else you gonna do? Watch TV? Waste of time.
Work. I don't know.
Work now, this week now I had to do like the 7 days, and it broke my goddamn brain because I thought, you see something, you go, I'd say I'll get that done the weekend, but a soft weekend, and then it's not a soft weekend. It's like 2 weekends now. You fuck, because you broke the thing, and now you gotta, and it's your own fault for going in on a Sunday anyway. But it's looking good. The customers are very happy with it, so that kind of makes you think, I'm glad I went in.
Yeah.
But then you have to think, I'm not too glad that I didn't finish it. But you got to make the time. It's like, I really wanted to go shoot my new boat Saturday evening and Sunday evening.
Yeah.
But I was in no mood. When I say I was in no mood, I was fucking kind of raging. Saturday, number one, I was raging because it didn't get finished. And it's no one's fucking fault. It's just, you're an idiot. You shouldn't have thought you were going to finish it. And on Sunday, I was raging because it still wasn't finished. And the paddle for mixing this stuff was fucked.
Broke, yeah.
And it was like, oh. And then my brother, when Graham rings me, and he's like, oh yeah, he tells me where the paddle is in his place. which was 5 minutes away from me. But he was at the match, some big match that was on.
Yeah.
So he didn't have his phone on him. And it just never occurred to me to just fucking go to his gaff and rob it. But now I know. But I'm also after getting one. So I've got a proper strong one now, which is cool. Got off a buddy of mine.
You'll be able to finish your job now, so.
Finish. Well, see, in my head, I could have gone there today and finished it. But then it wouldn't make no sense to me. Because you go to the weekend, you get a bump, if you will. But if I take a day off from the current job I'm doing, I'm down a day there now, and I'm fucking just stupid. So now I just say, okay, I was going to take Saturday off, but now I'm going to go there and sort that out once and for all, and boom, be done with it and be happy. And you know what? It looks good. I'm surprised because I don't do stick on stone.
Right.
I've stayed away from it for like ever. Whenever.
See, I wouldn't have a fucking clue what you're talking about. Stick on stone, like.
Well, you can get this stone that's cut down to within 1 inch to 2 inches,
Right.
and then you get this adhesive, and you need this fucking paddle guy, and you mix it up because it's so fine.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking man, this is space age shit. You stick the stone to the wall, and then it gives the impression that you've built with natural stone, like big chunks of stone. But see, people, they might have bought an old house, and they're renovating the thing, and they're just modernising all the inside, blah blah blah. But they want the outside. We'll say they have a porch.
Yes.
They want the porch done, but then to do the porch with stone, you're talking about ripping out the windowsills, because they're too. They need to be wider.
Yeah.
And then it's like, fuck, I'm in no mood for that. And then you say, oh, we can get stick on stone. And then they ring you. You're like, okay, I haven't done that in I think I've done it maybe once or twice ever. When I was kind of early days. And I was just like, this is bullshit. Because you didn't have a range like you would with the natural full stone. You could dress it and chop it into whatever you want it to be. This stuff is brittle as glass. You tap it and fucking breaks in 3 different places. So it's good to get. It's just a little crash course. But if you've the aptitude for a thing, you take to it very quickly. And it's the way you put it up, and then when it's pointed, it looks super. It has a very Mediterranean vibe about it, which I liked. So I'm thinking, shit, I should do this more often. It's quicker than the other way you do it, but I usually tell them, look, I'll do it for you, and blah blah blah. And whenever we go through all the details, they're happy with me, I'm happy with them. I just say, but on a footnote there, I'm not going to be able to stand over the fucking adhesive. You know, in this climate, are you kidding me? But we'll do correctly by instruction that it comes with, and we'll point it up later on so you get a bit of a double bubble there. And hope for the best. But you have my number. Because I've seen it up in Terminal 2, the new Terminal 2 up in Dublin. They have all that stone inside, and the last time I was there, it looked like shit. Because it was just, there's bits missing.
Right.
They just popped right off. Now, I don't know, is that because people keep sitting down on it or whatever, which could be? Or is there a dramatic change in temperatures indoors? I don't know. But that's kind of another thing that would have put me off doing it. But now I've done it, if they get back to me a year from now and say things are falling off, I say, okay, we'll check that out.
Do you love doing it?
Do what?
Do you love doing it?
In a fucking crazy kind of way, I do.
Yeah.
There's a challenge there, you know, and it's like you want to get the better of a thing, but at the same time, it humbles the fuck out of you, because the harder you try a thing, it can fail every time spectacularly, and it makes you stop and compose yourself and say, why is this happening? Oh, it's because you're being a fucking retard. You're going at it with a fucking... See, you have to be aware of the density. People be mocking me because I have a range of hammers. From small to fucking big. All the handheld ones, it's the density of the hammer has to match the density of the stone. If your hammer has too much density, it just has to tap a stone and it's fucked. It doesn't work. You need a smaller hammer that can dance with it. And it just has to... I mean, you're not even putting energy yourself from you to it. It's just the hammer touching the stone will tell you if this is a good hammer for the stone or not. And at this stage, it's down to two kind of hammers. They're the same hammer, they're just different sizes. They're stonemason hammers, and they got the hard edges. But my big one is like something you'd bring to war with you. And the little guy is like something the wife might bring to war with her, you know what I mean? But the little guy's perfect for the scanner stone, for just trimming it.
Yeah.
And the big guy then, the bigger stones. But even then, it's like, sometimes the bigger stones require the small hammer. You know, it's very funny. And then you'll have two different lump hammers of two different weights. I usually only use them for chisel work, but on a bad day, that stone get flipped 5 or 6 ways and battered to fuck, and you can't use it.
Do you find it like a puzzle?
I don't know what I find. I think it's some kind of crazy.
I mean, you're really good at art, so I would imagine...
That's how I got the job with the stone. I was celebrating selling all these pictures that I did. And these fucking stonemasons, man, I thought they were banned, to be honest. The way they were drinking.
Because you know how you say that, let's say for mechanics, it might be a gift or something. I think for something like that, you have to be gifted as well. Like paintings and stuff.
Oh, I think everyone has an
creative,
aptitude for a thing, or maybe a number of things, and therein lies their gift, their capacity for it. So it comes easy to them. Not to say that they can go and do great things very easily, but if they try really hard, they can.
Yeah.
Because they have the aptitude, the gift for it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes I'll pick a thing up and I'll say, I'm going to be so awesome at this. And I'll believe it. And rightly so. And everyone should be the same. Don't be afraid to fucking think like that. You know, if you fail in glorious debt, fuck it. It's glorious.
It was worth a try.
There's a lot to pick apart afterwards. Say, why did that fucking go? I mean, this year I'm having a motherfucker of a year with the archery. The first year was like a hop, skip and a jump, and it's great. This year every little thing is fucking me up. But then I get the new bow and the tide is changing. Because it's just I neglected the fuck out of the last one. And there was no one in the club that I was in that was doing, you know, that you could talk to about your kind of bow. They're all doing the Rambo bow shit.
Yeah.
I'm not into that. The brothers big time into it. But each to their own, you know. So I was kind of just, like most people, I suppose, just figuring shit out yourself. And it seems when I do this, I just make things worse. So, it's just fuck it. But I got to meet loads of cool people at the shoots who were shooting in my category. And they've no problem telling you, listen, maybe you should try this, or maybe you should try that. And that's how you kind of learn. And when you fuck them up, then you say, okay, I put the broken pieces over here, and I know not to get that brand or that product ever again. It's shit. And then you get the cheapest thing, and it works super.
Yeah.
You know, in addition to the bow in itself is expensive. The one I have now, but I've had I think this is my 4th bow in the space of a year and a half. So, it's not too bad. A buddy of mine out today was only saying that he's like, when he going to get me into this fucking... Because the result is immediate for you to know if you won or lost. Yeah. You know, if you hit your target or not. And there's a certain attraction and addiction to this behaviour, you know. And it's just, the more you do it, the more you want to do it. And in doing that, it's all about repetition.
Do you think it requires a bit of talent, no?
I
can't imagine having a target 100 metres in front of me, aiming at it, knowing exactly how to hit the target. You know what I mean? Because you have to calculate wind and all that shit.
Yeah, well, listen, when I went to the range the first time, they had a target 60 yards away, and I was out having a cigarette, and I was just fucking eyeballing this target. I was like, how the fuck did I hit this fucking guy? It's so far away.
Yeah.
And it seems to go further away when you're looking down an arrow at it. And I was like, I don't know if this thing's going to work out. But then the minute I picked it up, and then, you know, you get a basic instruction, and you just basically repeat, and you just see you'll have people tell you you're doing it wrong, this, that. You have to ignore that after a while, really.
Right.
Because it's such a personal thing. Your body moves the way it moves. It doesn't move the way anyone else's move. It has all these subtleties and you got to factor that into how you breathe even. So when you're holding the bow, the effect holding that pressure has on you, even if you have your form right, you have to be so individually in it that you make it yours. It's like you take your everyday language and you could have a bunch of buddies or work people and you're all speaking the same language, but sometimes when you're talking about a thing, you're changing the way you pronounce it or the way you see it to take an ownership of a sort of it, so you can break it up and fucking make something different. It's like that. You got to take it a fucking part in your head and then merge together with it in a weird kind of way. And it's like you're doing things after a while that you're like, you don't even know where this is coming from, because you're constantly thinking about it. And all this, there's an accumulation of fuck ups, mistakes galore, and I make this year I'm fucking king of fuck ups. But it's like when you're in the zone, and sometimes it's a mood thing. Even if you're not in the mood, you should do it just for the mechanics of it.
Yes.
Of your body and your habit, and be aware of your form, and just to keep that coming in and drill it into yourself.
Would you say it's more muscle memory?
Yeah, you're trying to develop this, and then it's like again, someone say, "Oh, you're doing this and that wrong. You're holding it wrong." Da 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 da. You gotta say, "Mind your own fucking business. Fuck off. This is how I do what I do, be it for good or bad." And I find when I get really fucking like I nearly broke my nose with a bow. I got this bow. My brother showed me this fucking bow. He goes, "Look at this bow. It's this one here, the Sage.
Fucking hell.
It's a fucking beautiful bow, but it's too small for me. It's too powerful for me.
Really, they look humongous.
This is not, yeah, but it's a work of art, this bow. Anyway, so I got the bow from some guy in Limerick, met him in Mitchelstown, and the Sage Samick, fucking savage bow. So we're there, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, I could barely pull it back, and zing, and I thought, shit, I think I pulled a muscle, and then I got it again. I was okay, I got this. So I'm fucking pulling, and whatever way I let it go, my hand came right back and hit me a fucking humdinger. I was seeing stars, and I was immediately enraged, and I just fucking bang, 2 X's at 20 yards, I think. But I was fucking wrecked. There's no way I could do that for a day or even an hour. And I was thinking, I don't think this bow is for me. It's like, oh, it's too fucking hard. And then I got Lucy got me one for my birthday about 11 years ago.
Right.
And we knew nothing about nothing. I mean, I had to get measured for this bow. You have to put your hands out, it goes from fingertip to I don't know. We got this fucking bow. I don't think it was like, I think that was all just marketing again. But we knew nothing about it. But the dog, we got the dogs that same year, and they were young. And we had this 3-piece couch in the cottage we were in. And the dogs ate the fucking thing. We came back from work, man, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's piss and shit and fluff and fucking fabric all over the gaff. And I'm looking at the 2 dogs, and they're like, oh. So the carcasses of the fucking couches put at the end of the garden. And I was thinking, you know what, we could shoot the shit out of this. So we got the cushions, I fucking taped up a thing, and we were just shooting with no instruction. We were just kind of enjoying ourselves. But then we moved, and the kids came along, and then the bows got hung up.
Yeah.
And it was by pure chance then, about a year or so ago, we were down in the Cork Summer Show, which is great. You should go to this, it's very good. And Cork, I think it was Cork City Archery Club, had like a have a go there, where you just go in, pay a few quid,
Right.
and they give you a bow, and they give you a little bit of instruction, and then they'll give you the club's opening hours, where it's at, and all of this. The brother went in because I had the 2 crazies with me, and she was hiding somewhere. She's like, I'm sick of these kids. So David, the brother, went in with his missus at the time, and he came out, and he was like, he flicked the switch, because he used to shoot a rifle and stuff, so he's mad into that kind of stuff. And they were out somewhere, and by chance they heard there was a club nearby. And then he's telling me, look, did you know there was an archery club? And I'm, of course I didn't know. I knew I'd be there. And because I still had my bow, it was strung up. I didn't unstring it for like 10 years, and it's still fucking shooting sweet. So we go over there, and that's how it all started there. But yeah, it's when I changed the bow, because the bow is a struggle until you're taught form and whatnot, and then you put in your hours. And I was putting in my hours. Like, I have a photograph there where I just got all these fucking X's with 6 arrows in one go, and I was like, I think I'll be good at this. But that hasn't happened since. So it could be a lot of flukes as well. But I can't but recommend it to people. I mean, I'm going to give my buddy I have a bow, another bow like that. That's the Samick. So I have I forget what it's called. But it's a beautiful bow. It's about a 40-pound pressure, maybe 45, 40 I think. So I'm going to give him that bow, because I got new arrows now with my other bow, my new bow, so I can give him a bunch of arrows that I left from, I don't even know if they'll, it depends, because everyone...
Just don't snap them.
You got to, when you draw the bow, usually when you buy your arrows, they have no tips on them,
right?
And they're so long. So when you draw to what your draw will be, someone will mark the end of the arrow, and then they'll saw that off, and they'll put your arrow tip in.
Alright.
Because you got to heat it up and glue it and stick it in there. And you probably shouldn't shoot it for like 24 hours. So you're measured for pretty much everything. Which makes sense. Like, but you can go to a club and just have a go, and they'll just say, okay, stop drawing it there now, you're running out of arrow. But usually it's set up so that you can have a go and see if it's for you. So I'm going to give my buddy, like I said, set him up now with a bow and arrows tomorrow, so he can get the feel for it, because he was shooting my new bow here with for my birthday, and there was my sister's boyfriend was shooting. I was thinking, if anyone took a photo, there's a man and he had a cigarette hanging out of his mouth and a drink somewhere. He's shooting a fucking bow, and I'm like, oh, this could go really bad. But it was a good laugh, and none of them were wearing arm guards. You need to be wearing, if you get a fucking rip of a string, it is the most pain, it's worse than a kick in the balls.
Is it?
It's a it'll rip you, man. You just have like strawberries all the way down your arm, and then the next day it's all the most wonderful colours. You get purples, reds and shit. So yeah, that's why you go kayaking, to get away from all of that. Because, I don't know, when I get into a thing, I get into a thing. And I need to be awesome at it.
What about axe throwing?
Which?
Axe throwing. Ever hear of that? No.
I've seen it. Actually, the way I shot arrows last month, it looked like I was throwing axes. They were just fucking cartwheeling into the fucking thing.
There's a place in Cork that does it. Cork City. I'm not sure where exactly, but...
Is that the same place where they do the sword fighting?
Oh,
I mean, when I say sword fighting, I mean the Knights fucking Templar shit.
I would not have a clue. I haven't heard about that anyway.
Where were we? We were at some fucking thing.
No, that sounds kind of cool though. I would dress up as a knight with a sword and just go at it.
Oh, that's what they were doing. There was some fucking national competition.
What's
Yeah, I was like, are you kidding me? And these guys have fucking proper swords. Like, you can hear the clanging. I'm like, someone's gonna get fucked up.
That's pretty fucking cool though. Now that's something I'd try.
But they're wearing all this fucking gear. It's like Darth Vader, and your mobility is... It's all obvious for safety. I mean, they've got some serious blades there, like. But I'm like, I think I'll stick to the bow and arrow, man. Be more of a sniper. This fucking up close. No.
Sword against an arrow. Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of fucking cool things that you can... Like, if I get a day off, I'm going nowhere, man. This is pretty much... I won't even go into for mine. I'm going fucking nowhere. I'm going to just... I might walk the dogs up the road, but pretty much here is where I will be. Or else out in the garden shooting. But now it's like, we're fucking off up to Mayo on a Sunday. I mean, I've never been to Mayo. And we're going up to Mayo. We get lost, of course. And it took a while. But you go see parts of the country you otherwise wouldn't go to.
Yeah.
And that is awesome. You go to... We got a beautiful country here. And the woodlands are fucking super. I mean, even the club out the road have a woodland where you can go shoot now. This time of year now, they've been going regularly. You'll do like half a competition as practice, and that is where you actually improve. Because you're on different fucking terrain. There's elevations all over the shop. And you're shooting down through fucking tree lines and shit. It really tunes the brain up, and it gives your depth of field, and you're measuring your distances better. It's an education every time, because you're there in a different mood every time, in different light. It's just, your head fucking blows up.
Basically, if there's an apocalypse, I know which people to go to.
We'll probably be the apocalypse. But no, it's like, when it comes to competition day, you're good. You've no jitters about you. You're having to laugh. You're poking everybody. You see some people, they're a bit nervous. A lot nervous, some of them. But because you've clocked in so many hours, it's like, yeah. I'm good.
If I was there, it'd be like, fuck it, if I lose, I lose, you know?
I can't say enough about it. It's like, it's as expensive as you want it to be. And I mean, there's people who get into it. You see it all over these fucking buy and sell fucking things. They're selling shit because they might have got it as a present, but then they realised, it's not really for me. I don't want to put in the time. I don't want to be travelling all over the fucking place for whatever reason. And they have this super fucking setup. Now, you mightn't, it mightn't be measured for you.
Yeah.
But if you get a fold down one like my one, all you need is the riser. That's what you hold. That's where your arrow will sit and everything. And the limbs then are what come off for the string line. You can get, all you have to do is buy new limbs to suit your measure, we'll say. And that's okay.
But I wouldn't have a fucking clue about any of that, so.
Well, here's your riser, this wooden part.
Right.
And these guys here are your limbs. Now, they can come in all sizes to give you different reach to match your body, we'll say, and to give you a poundage that you can that won't break your fucking body. My poundage on my last bow, I think, is 31, but the one before that was like 40 something, maybe 42, 45. But I think I'm going to sit on a 36 pound bow. That's where I'm comfortable. And it'll give me that extra zip when I'm going for 60, 70, and 80 yard targets.
Yes.
Because mine just seem to fucking just... it's really far away. And they just fucking land. You know what I mean? But I like to have a zip in the arrow. Because when you're there shooting mostly with the compounders, they're like, fuck, that's lethal. Lethal.
Yeah. The
sound off when they hit the target, I'm like, oh shit, am I pulling arrows today? Because if you're pulling the arrows, because you'll have a team of 4, sometimes you'll have 2 captains, and they're marking up the scores.
Yeah.
And the other 2 then, one will be pulling arrows, and one will be looking for arrows for those who missed the target. And man, if you're pulling arrows for compounders, you're going to be in bits by the end of the day. It's a long fucking day, and you're pulling arrows, and I mean, these things are like going right through. They're lethal. Yeah. The power in them, crazy. But you should definitely. I mean, how often are you? What kind of free time on a week would you have? Or are you just buried in work all the time?
Pretty much just work all the time. So.
Would you not think of creating a balance and try to stick to that?
I think. Well,
I know it's easier said than done. I'm guilty of it myself, but at least try. At least you'll have something to fall back into then. Say, listen, I'm not doing this Saturday bullshit anymore. I gotta go do this.
Like, a bunch of work piles up. So you do the work.
I know there's people cursing me right now because I told them I'd be there this day, and then it rains for a month.
Yeah.
And you're still on the one that you can't finish because it's fucking raining. And then they're like, this cunt said he'd be here and he's not here. And you ring them and say, look, I'll be back on to you as soon as I can. But for some people, that's not good enough. They want it done.
And then when you get that tiny break, you just can't do anything. So other people are busy then.
I'm more important. I gotta take care of me. Fuck it. I mean, I love getting to work. I love doing a good job for the people.
Yeah.
But unless I take care of me, I can't do that. So sometimes when you just say, okay, I've been working the last bunch of weekends on top of my week, other stuff. I've maybe these 2 weekends off, but then you've got your competitions on a Sunday as well. And I'm getting into training now in my head for the European Championships are going to be in Waterford in 2026. and that's cream of the crop kind of shit there. So I'm not going there just to fucking fill up the numbers, you know what I mean? I'm going there to be on the fucking podium. I don't give a fuck. So I'm putting a little my little training schedule now is happening.
You start shooting every evening now, so.
No, because you don't want to overtrain either. It's a fine line, man. You'd nearly be better off doing it when you're enjoying it, and then when you don't want to fatigue the body, you don't want to fuck anything up too much. But I find if I'm on the couch or if I'm just slipping into sleep in bed or whatever, I'll go there in my head. I'll revisit the memories of the competitions I've been in, and I'll kind of, like a movie, go through it again.
Yeah.
And then it'd be just, it's like you nearly feel every movement. So I'm kind of training. So I get all witchcraft on it, you know what I mean?
It's the same exact way if I go to sleep. And before I fall asleep, I'll be thinking like, oh, how could I have fixed this better or done this better?
But I think I say that because I was watching this fucking guy say that there's a psychologist, and they did some fucking thing where they come back and tell you there's a percentage. Now I'm not sure what the percentage is of people, as in the species, okay,
Right.
that go around with no inner voice, that don't be thinking shit up, that don't be visualizing shit. They're just robots.
I don't think that's possible.
That scared the shit out of me when I heard that. I was like, alright, I think I know these people. I know a few of them anyway. And yeah, I get it. But fuck, I hope they just get a basement somewhere and just get happy on the internet and stay there. Stay off the road. There's definitely people. Some days I think I'm one of those people. But then again, you know, there's so many in there taking turns. Who knows who's at the fucking driver's wheel? Oh. But back to the mechanic thing, like. So how long are you at the mechanic now? You're with Ford, is it? What do you think of Ford? Aren't they splendid? Thought I'd drive that thing into a fucking tree and just get out and fuck off.
I hate them. I hate Fords, quite honestly.
If I was to write a stern letter,
Yeah.
who in Ireland in charge of Ford should I send this letter to about their design features? With their fucking stupid shit everywhere.
It won't reach the right person anyway, so.
And where the fuck's the ashtray? There is none. And what's with the fucking stupid radio? Fix it, people. I'm just saying, you know, there's a lot to be said for them to be, again, marketing, isn't it? I'd say they spend most of their fucking money on marketing. Because I have a love-hate relationship with that man. And I had a bad time, as you know, with the van. And then, you know, you sorted a lot of that out. And a buddy of mine was saying at the last shoot, he goes, listen, I'm after buying myself a nice little van, and I love my little van. And you cunt, gone on the fucking thing. I thought you were following me. Gone on about how shit vans are. That's for you, McZerry. Vans are. I'm in love with my van again, though. That's the problem. But I know my heart to hearts, there's a whopper coming my way now that's just going to fucking ruin my day. And when I was collecting Sebastian at GA training this evening, some fucking guy came in with a really tidy looking fucking Range Rover. Is it a Range Rover? You know the
Range Rover.
Defender, is it? Not a Defender.
Fuck off, no.
The classic one.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the dream, man. They're so cool. I know they're not meant to be the most comfortable drive, but fuck it, you could throw an engine into the back of that, like.
Oh, you could, yeah.
You know, they're built for. Well, I was told now, actually, funnily enough, out at the archery club. The guy who started that archery club, Dave Lee, he's a bit of a grease monkey as well, and he was telling me that he used to fucking what did he like pimp them up or whatever for off-roading and shit like that, making cages for them and shit, and he thinks they were the best thing ever made.
Yeah.
But only up to a particular year.
Oh,
then the engine kind of got shit after that.
Usually anything after the 2000s it just goes to shit year by year.
Yeah.
Year by year it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Was it 2010? No, they were making them up. Are they still making them? Because
I think they are, yeah.
I went on I watched a mini documentary. This company, Ineos, they're called. Your man's into to fucking all kinds of things. And they found the very first one of those Jeeps.
Right.
In England, in North England, in a farm, in a field on a farm somewhere. It looked not good. Not good. But the farmer who owned it was dead, and his family were like, one of them got talking to someone about, oh yeah, the father has the first ever blah blah blah, and someone said, Jesus Christ, you should put that into an auction, you'd make money. People are crazy for this.
Yeah.
Because are you sure, have you proof that it is the first one? It has a name and everything, I completely forget it, but it was, Ineos got their hands on it anyway, and they got all the specialists involved who have anything to do with the origins of this thing.
Yeah.
And they saved what they could save. I mean, they really saved it. And it looked super. I mean, it didn't look like all shiny and shit, but it looked like a good looking Jeep. And they drove it through some fucking big desert. I think it was like a 2-week thing.
Right.
And it was like, obviously they had a crew with them to fix the fucking thing in case it died. Like, you probably 3 different extra parts for everything.
Yeah.
But it handled everything very well. But I was doing a job for a lady last year. I forget where, out in the Mala direction, and she had one, man, and it was fucking, her brother had one and it was pimped up, it looked savage, but her one was a working like on the farm kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I preferred her one.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop looking at it. It just has that, it is an iconic image, and she was saying, like, you know, it wouldn't be the most comfortable thing in the world, but she said it's the most reliable thing she's ever had. And she's had, I think she got it in the 90s, she was telling me.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'd love to buy that. I'd love that Jeep. But they're so, it seems like they're in fashion or something. Because every cunt on YouTube seems to be driving one.
Yeah.
Now you're like, no, I can't get one. Even if I could get one, I can't get one because...
If you can get a good amount and restore it, fuck me, it will last years, you know, compared to these New Yorks.
But I like the long wheelbase one. I think they look super.
You know what I like? Suzuki Jimneys.
Oh, fuck off. Lucy used to be into these. And I'm like, are you what the fuck?
It's so tiny.
Tiny. There was one flying around for mine all the time, and she kept going on about it. And I'm like, she ended up getting a Hyundai something or other, and I thought it was the best little Jeep in the world. It was like super Jeep. She loved it. We had one in green, we had 2 in green, and then we managed to get one in black.
Yeah.
And she loved that one the most, and I hated that one the most. I thought the first one was the best one. But this fucking, just because it was black and shiny and shit, and I had all the fancy bits on it, I thought it was a cunt of a fucking thing to drive. It was just, it felt smaller to me than the green one for some reason. They're identical.
Yeah.
But it just felt fucking small. I kept hitting my head off of shit in there. I didn't like it. But she loved it. She drove it till it died, like. I think it was a rusty shoe. It was riddled, like. So, but it was a lovely looking thing.
The one that's out there is pretty nice, to be fair, like.
It's very nice. It's nice to drive as well. It sticks to the fucking road really well. Really well. Because she drives it, but I had a drive there one day and I was like, you know, let's see what you got. Ooh, it's early morning, you never know. Because some of the roads you go down around here are like, fuck, I hope there's no one coming. Because there's only enough room for me. But, no, fucking nice. Very nice. Not as nice as the Frontera though, for the feel of it. The feel of it with the Frontera was super. You're stuck to the fucking road with the Frontera. I don't know what it, because I mean I'm not a grease monkey or anything or a petrol head, but I know that I liked this Jeep.
Yeah.
It was fucking solid. And it sounded like a tractor on steroids. It was fucking... I had a friend actually, we were heading into Fermoy one night and I said, do you want to drive the Jeep? And he never drove a Jeep. Like, I mean, this guy had a license well before I had a fucking license. So he drove into town It was only a 5-minute drive, like, but he was like, Jesus, it's like driving a tractor, he said. But I love that Jeep. It's like when you get the van for the first time. You think you're in a fucking aeroplane because it's fucking just...
Yeah.
You know, the space is different. The seat is different. The elevation is different. Everything is different, but you're like, but in 10 minutes, you're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?